OBS as well now, but it is pretty in-depth and it takes a lot of getting used to. Anywho, right. What's up, Saints fans? Welcome along to the live stream. I'm sure that you, like me, are still buzzing. Tuesday night under the lights at St Mary's, a 5-0 demolition of QPR. Get your man of the match in the live chat right now. For me, it was Matsuki. I know that Cienza was given it, but for Matsuki was just a machine. He was working so hard. I know Cienza was as well, but for him to get all that time out of the team, I think that he's come in and he's really done a great job. And I love his energy. I love the energy between Leo and Matsuki as well. Like, so when Matsuki scored, he was kind of over at the Northern stand, and he was like on the floor, and Leo was kind of like, getting the crowd going and everything like that, and it was absolutely fantastic. So, right, a quick bit of admin as always. Now my microphone's working. If you want to keep in touch with me and the rest of any other fans, you can jump into my Jimmy Cheese Discord. So the link's down in the description. It's kind of like just a casual thing. It'll be in there for chat about the vlogs or anything like that. The Saints Network have a fantastic Discord, if you remember. So if you want to chat about football and everything, loads with all the other people, they've got theirs as well. But mine, it's just going to be more about the vlogs and just general chit chat for whenever you're ready. So yeah, if you want to do that, the link is in the description down below. And also a huge shout out to our channel members. If you want to support the vlogs, by the way, you can hit the join button that is down below. And again, that starts at just $1.99 a month, or that is 6p a day, but it doesn't let you pay daily. So getting into this video, do we rotate the squad? Let's talk about our starting lineup for this Saturday coming against Sheffield Wednesday. Tonda Eckert got his tactics completely spot on, I think, against QPR. There was a little bit in the middle that I thought was a little bit ropey in the first half. Finazaz, Matsuki, Cienza, as I say, they were all pretty much unplayable. Now, the big question for you guys is, do we change a winning side? We know that Jay Robinson, Wellington, Roslev, they've all been sidelined. But my biggest worry is Leo. He had that muscle tweak last weekend, and he played a blinder on Tuesday. But does Eckert risk his hamstring again with a quick turnaround? Let me know again in the chat. Hiya, Martin. Yeah, it is a mission, and I'm still working on it, but I'll get there, mate. Yeah, it's just a mad one. So yeah, let me know in the chat. Are you rotating the squad to keep them fresh? And again, it is against Sheffield Wednesday, or are you going to stick with the same 5-0 sort of guys that are basically heroes after that? It's a bit much if you want to change it up, and you've got to stick with the exact same 5, in my opinion. Before we get into Saturday's lineup, let's just think back to last time we were playing Sheffield Wednesday earlier this season. That game was pretty good. I'm not seeing anybody popping into the chat yet about their lineup changes. Martin, you'd stick with the same 11. I think you kind of have to, don't you, mate? Because they were all fantastic. I think potentially you could take Leo Cienza off, and you could probably put Sam Adozie in there, perhaps. I think that would work. It's a shame that Wellington's injured, but yeah. Anyway, so last time out, it was a 3-1 win. And if you remember, that was a massive week for Tonda Eckert. He had just overseen the win against QPR. It kind of all sounds a bit familiar. And then backed it up by dismantling Sheffield Wednesday. We raced into a 2-goal lead inside 20 minutes. Kasper Yander and Finn Azaz grabbed their first goals for the club, which was basically unbelievable scenes. Yeah, I loved Laren too. I thought he was fantastic. Harry and Mass pulled one back for them, and then Arma or Adam Armstrong, whoever he is, doesn't exist anymore for us. Came out right after half time in the 47th minute and completely killed the game off. And I've got to mention that day, the scenes before kickoff, because if you remember, Oriol Romeo, he wasn't even fit to play, but he just returned to the club as a free agent. And when he walked out onto the pitch to be introduced to the crowd, the noise in St Mary's was deafening. I loved it. Let me know in the chat if you were there for that Romeo ovation, because the hairs on the back of my neck were standing up, and I absolutely love him. Look, we've already proved in November that they couldn't handle our high press and our attacking pace. Things have changed a little bit since then. I'll take that for sure. And frankly, their form has plummeted right off a cliff since then. We're travelling to Hillsborough to face Sheffield Wednesday side that are in absolute freefall. To say that they are having a nightmare season is an understatement. To me, it's soul destroying to see a club like that, because they were once huge, and the soul's being torn out of it. And any Sheffield Wednesday fans, believe me, I feel for you. They're sitting rock bottom of the championship on -7 points. Yeah, -7 points. They started the season with the 18-point deduction due to the administration and payment regulations. And their relegation to League One, is obviously officially confirmed. And to make it even worse, Sheffield United were the ones that relegated them with a 2-1 win in that derby. And that makes them the earliest team to be relegated in EFL history. And it's not surprising, because they've just been destroyed, unfortunately. That Wednesday's manager, Peterson, he's dealing with a totally knackered squad right now. They just lost 2-0 to Norwich on Wednesday night, continuing an incredible losing streak where they've lost 10 in a row leading up to the derby. And guys, if you thought the Sheffield Wednesday situation on the pitch was a disaster, the news coming out of their boardroom today is even worse. I don't know if you've seen the news, but it was just confirmed that the Takeover Consortium, led by Board, has officially withdrawn their interest in buying the club. They entered that administration back in October, and Board had been the preferred bidder status, but he's just pulled the plug. It's really sad, because you can just imagine as a fan that you think that things are going to start turning around, go the right way, and again, everything that you were hoping for is just being taken away from you. So yeah, he was the preferred bidder, and he's literally just pulled the plug on it. Apparently, get this, he's lost over 4 million of his own money trying to buy them. He put down 2.5 million non-returnable deposit, small change, and he's been paying over 1.5 million just to keep the club running day to day for the last 2 months, because they're reportedly losing about 1 million a month. He released a statement saying that the historic mishandling of the club by the previous owner, Chansiri, and the necessary maintenance needed at Hillsborough meant their massive 47.8 million bid just couldn't be justified anymore. So now Sheffield Wednesday Supporters Trust is practically begging the administrators to find a new owner so they can rebuild their decimated squad for League One next season. There's rumours that 3 other groups, hold your horses, including Mike Ashley's representatives, are still interested, but right now the club is in total limbo. Would you, any of you guys, want Mike Ashley at your club? I know it was obviously pretty bad news at Newcastle, but yeah, I don't think I would want him anywhere near Southampton Football Club, because he certainly didn't do much at Newcastle. But then again, look at Newcastle now. They haven't won the league yet, have they? So yeah, they're an absolute mess, top to bottom. And if we don't go to the game on, if we don't go to Hillsborough on Saturday and absolutely take the game to them from the first whistle, I'll be amazed, because they must be completely drained, and Saints have got to turn up that day, and I know as fans we're all like worrying whether it's a typical Saints thing to do, as not not turn up or let them have the first win that they've had for ages. But we have to take it to them. So yeah, let's talk about their injuries and suspensions, because it's incredibly bleak for them. Liam Cooper, their centre-back, their experienced centre-back, limped off against Sheffield United. Peterson has confirmed he's out for the rest of the season. Kabaki, their winger, he's out for 4 to 5 weeks with an injury. What a brilliant name. Marvelous Nakamba, he missed the training, the derby, after taking an elbow to the face in training. Well, at least they're like putting effort into it, obviously. And Ota Gabayo, sorry if I butchered that, got a red card in the 90th minute against Sheffield United. And he served his 1 match suspension against Norwich. So he'll likely be back in the squad to face us. So yeah, they've got a bit of a goalkeeping crisis. They're still relying on the emergency loan keeper, Seni Diang. Dominic Lawfer, they're managing his fitness very carefully, and he was restricted to just 45 minutes against Norwich as a part of his rehabilitation. Whoa, I mean, that is a lot. So how we exploit them with all them defensive injuries, especially missing Liam Cooper, their backline is incredibly fragile. Chris Wilder even pointed out recently that they'd been forced to throw young kids into a division they simply weren't ready for. And you see that a lot. I mean, look at the Leicester, when Leicester were playing us the other week. They had a lot of young lads starting. And unfortunately, we brought some of our academy guys through to play against them for that second half. So if we start Ross Stewart, keeper Finazaz pushing high, we should carve through them, right? I really hope so. They're completely drained of confidence. Peterson's admitted his players were dead and very tired at the end of the Norwich game. We need to start fast, press them high, and put the game to bed in the first 20 minutes. Right. Get your final score predictions into the comments. For me, I think it's got to be nothing less than 2-0. I think we can keep a clean sheet. I think that we can win, for sure, obviously. I'd be amazed if we didn't. But they don't really have anything to play for right now, apart from personal pride. And it must be soul destroying. But that can be a very dangerous opponent if they've got nothing to play for apart from pride. Just depends if they want that. So yeah, get your score predictions in. Thank you to everyone for tuning in tonight. Apologies at the beginning for the microphone issue. It was literally, I just had the wrong thing in the wrong box. Make sure you hit the like button, because that will help me out. It'll help share it to other people, because I have struggled since the start of this season, because I had the summer off. For some reason, it's not sharing it out to as many people as it used to. So things like likes, comments, sending loads of money, all helps. Subscribe if you haven't already, by the way, and I will see you soon. Enjoy the game on Saturday. And if you've got any comments, stick them in quick, and you want them read out, I'll go through them really quick. So let's go. Come on. We've got, anybody know a way that I can watch the full 90th minute, full 90 post game? I'm at the Eastleigh game, so I can't watch live, but I like to watch a game. No, I don't think it's on TV either. So unless you're in another country, Mega. And by the way, Mega, I did see your comments on the Total, not the Total Saints, on Matchday Vlogs. I did see your comment, and they put that up, and I thought it was a lovely comment. And Jack and Mike, big shout out to them guys, because they do put on a fantastic show for us each week, and it's not easy. And they've got a couple of good camera angles in there, and they really do catch it. I mean, they're the OG guys, as far as I know, since I've been watching these things the last couple of years. And yeah, they're fantastic, and along with Martin and everyone, they put on a good show. So Mega, you're going 4-0. New Zealand Paul, you're going 3-0. And yeah, for me, it's got to be 2-0. So I'm not going to have a guess whether it's going to be any more than that. I just want to see them turn up and have a good one. So yeah,